Welcome back to another episode of Money Talks with Dad.
NextGen.
Hey, Toby.
Hey, Dad.
So I really enjoyed your episode with Corryn.
I don't think anyone enjoyed it more than me.
Okay. So what was your biggest lesson you learned?
Don't ask how to fry an egg.
Well, that was that was not in the actual episode. You'd have to see us on TikTok for that. And I think maybe on Instagram and Facebook. But you got slammed for not knowing how to fry an egg, which I want to come back to that because I think it's something kind of cool that goes along with the budgeting. But my favorite part, obviously, was your face when you learned how much Corryn spends on electricity.
Yeah. And then I think my face was even bigger when I saw that text in the group chat where you were like, and Toby and Kaylee are paying for electricity this month.
Yeah, which it's kind of funny because, like, if you divide our big electricity bill out by the square footage of the house you're using, it would come out to $80. So it wouldn't be too big of a shock on a small apartment.
Still $80.
I mean, but it's what you thought electricity
Yeah,
cost.
I mean, that, yeah.
But transitioning from that, because you guys, last episode with just us, your homework was to start tracking your budget and how much you're spending.
And we have been. The list is very long. We literally track everything, including, like, we've had, like, discussions on, like, we found random cash that we forgot about, and we're like, should we log what we spent with this cash? And we did.
Kaylee says yes.
We bought a fancy hairdryer.
Did you log that?
Yes, we did. We bought it because she got a new haircut where she has to style her bangs, and I'll also be able to dry my hair finally. But yeah, we've been spending a lot on a bunch of things that we haven't been. Like, we started to go to the gym and eat healthier, and so we just went grocery shopping last night, and we spent like $200, which is $50 more than we were used to.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's not cheap to be healthy, I guess. But yeah.
And that's I think one of the important things that I don't know that enough people understand. People have talked about it for years. You have your health reasons as to why you have to eat healthy. But it is kind of shocking where you, like, your transition went when you had permission basically when you were a high school student to stop and get breakfast in the morning. We're like, oh, you're an athlete. Yeah, go ahead, treat yourself. And then you had to transition to, well, now if you want to eat out, it's your money. Yeah. So you cut down on that. But it's interesting because you guys then started meal prepping. And so now you're saying now that you're eating healthier meals, you're spending $50 more.
Yeah, because when we first started meal prepping, we were just finding, like, what looks like it tastes good and what looks like it's easy. So there were, like, 2 to 3 ingredients. Like our chicken, potatoes, and garlic. Like, that was really good, but that's not the healthiest. I mean, it's not bad for you either, but now I'm making, like, really low fat, low carb if I can to try and keep my calories down, but still getting a lot of protein. And the protein's the expensive part. We bought, I think, almost 10 pounds of chicken yesterday. So.
Oh my gosh. Dang. And so how... I mean, I know this is only like, what, week 2 or 3. How's the cleaner eating going?
I mean, I feel better.
That's good.
I feel better. I feel like we're spending. It's not too big of a difference. It is a little bit bigger, but it will be able to handle it because we've stopped spending some other places. We're becoming more mindful about, like, should we buy an expensive hairdryer? Obviously, we did, but now we know we probably shouldn't. So yeah, it levels out, but.
And then you said you got a gym membership. How much shopping around did you do?
We looked at a lot, but it was more location. It's not exactly close, but there's one here, but they charge a really high amount. So you could say, well, we'll spend less on gas or less time out, but I think they charge a total of like $40 more a month for both of us.
Yeah.
And the place we go to Planet Fitness, because they have almost every. The biggest thing was trying to find the right machines and weights that we would like, and also we got the black card, so we have like the fancy hydro massage chairs and the whatever red light therapy that we can use. So we did look at, I think, probably 3 or 4 different gyms, and then really the biggest push was her friend invited us to go one day.
So have you found you just decided to spend money less in other places?
Yeah.
Because so you made a choice of, well, we want to start being healthier and go to the gym, therefore we have to cut.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of just thought of it, but I think we haven't spent any money on, we're going to sound kind of dumb saying this, but any money on Fortnite in the last month. So, I mean,
you don't need skins.
Yeah, we used to see a skin where it's like, oh, it's only 2,000 V-Bucks, but you have to buy the $28 pack of them. Well, then I get a cool skin. So
I definitely did not get the office.
Yeah, right. So yeah, there's stuff like that, and then I've kind of decided, like, my truck, I'm happy with how it is for now, so there's no need to even think about wanting to get anything else for it. I enjoy driving it. I enjoy how it looks. So that, I mean, those were really, video games and my truck were really the only spending points for me.
Yeah. And I think, and this is kind of what a lot of people go through is, and I've talked about it, you know, just in general for people. And in your situation, which we won't go into, you eating healthier is saving on medical bills down the road.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of unfortunate treatments that you might have to go through if you didn't eat healthy. But that's true for anybody. Like, if you're not going to the gym and you're not eating healthy and not eating clean, then it's proven you're going to have medical issues, which will cost you more money and also more time. So it's something that every young person has to decide. Like, I know food's expensive, but in the long run, I'm better off to maybe not buy those Fortnite skins, or maybe we don't go out to eat more than once a month, or whatever that is. And you're thinking long term. So I think that's a huge win. It is a financial decision, but it's just kind of a quality of life decision.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you said that. That makes me feel a little better about it. I never thought about it that way.
Yeah. So it's, and hopefully when you do have a full-time job, unlike Corryn's husband, you will get life insurance. Because they'll do, I mean, sometimes when you're young, you can just be like, hey, I'd like to sign up, and you fill out the survey, and they're like, okay, it's $20 a month for $500,000 of insurance. But as you get a little bit older, they'll do blood tests and things like that, and they'll check your medical records. So the healthier you are, the cheaper your life insurance would be.
Yeah.
So it does pay off. It doesn't feel like it is when you're your age, but
oh no, it already is, because ever since we started, like, I had this, like, ongoing, like, kind of weird pain I was feeling, and I had another like scan scheduled, but I was like, ever since we started working out and eating better, I feel better. So I was able to cancel that, and last time we got it, it was almost $1,000 to get that, even with insurance. So
I know. Yeah,
it is already kind of paying off.
Yeah, that's a good point. And you don't always see it right away, but that is one of the things. And then, like you saw, you can buy the really cheap, chicken thighs, or you can buy chicken breast. Well, the chicken breast is better, but it's going to cost you money.
Yeah.
And so that is a trade-off that everybody has to do. Is there any surprises where you guys said, wow, I can't believe we're spending that much money on something besides the hairdryer?
Yeah, hygiene. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Like, oh, I do know my shampoo and conditioner is expensive. I had to buy that. That was probably like a month and a half ago, but that was like a $40 bottle of shampoo.
Yeah. And that's something your mom taught me also, because I just always bought like the Suave or whatever, the cheapest, all in one body wash and shampoo. And she's like, you know what that's doing to your hair? It's ruining your hair. And so I don't know if that's so much of a financial payoff, but it definitely does make an impact.
Yeah. I mean, there was a big difference before or between when I was using, like, I don't even know what I was using. I think it was just using generic, like something. But then we found out my hair was curly, and so we started getting the actual nice stuff. And, well, It's
So
kinda
it's a
expensive.
trade-off. Like it's something you have to decide on.
Yeah.
Not to spill the tea on social media, but has there been any first disagreements because of spending yet? Yeah. It's Kaylee shaking her head yes too. What was the biggest one so far that you care to share?
Uh, I don't know. I honestly, it sounds crazy to say, but I'm really big at jumping straight into like something like if I get like I found out like after doing a bit of research the importance of different kinds of workouts. Like we only work out 5 days a week, but we do cardio 7 days a week. And then I was looking into foods that I should be eating. Well, I did that research and I never explained it well to Kaylee. So when I told her like all these meals I was about to go and make, she was listening to all these ingredients. She's like, you know how much money that's going to be? And I was like, you don't understand. It's going to be healthier. She's like, I don't think it'll be that big of a difference. And it went on and on until, we actually talked about it. And now it's like, it's no big deal. It's less of a big deal. But
Next
I will
episode, Kaylee will be here.
I will say the biggest thing we've saved money on is we got a Food Lion number, and it told us like our year to date, just obviously that's starting in January, we've saved over $50 already, and we've only gone to the grocery store like 3 times maybe.
Yeah.
So
have you started couponing?
While we were in the store, I got a little coupon for deodorant, and I saved $2.
Yeah. Cool. So you're learning things. I think, the biggest lesson is track everything.
Mm-hmm.
Next episode, I think we now need to start applying. Okay, now that you've tracked everything, how do we determine where do we start hitting our goals? Because remember we talked about you need an emergency fund, and then you need your, the different spending items, like you guys are having to pay for college and things like that. I think that's the next transition is now that you're tracking everything, where do we start doing that? So hopefully Courtney will remember that. So when we say, what are we going to talk about? She's like, this is what you guys promised, because we learned last time that Copilot does not do a good job of telling us what we talked about.
Yeah.
But that's all I had.
Yeah, you're the one asking the questions.
I guess we're done.